So this is the latest addition to the smooth weights tool, mirroring of weights through the symmetry map. And to start from the top, I'm gonna give this a quick rig. So select the mesh and the armature, do the automatic weights, and of course it does the smooth weights. And because it's easier to start with a hard weighting, at least I've added a new operator. So I go to the tool, of course select the mesh, smooth weights, close this one. There's a new tool here, limit groups, which allows to limit the number of vertex groups per vertex. So set this to 1 so that we have a hard weighting, and this makes it easier to smooth and to assign and all that. And to do a couple more crazy things, I'm gonna go into edit mode, select 1, 2, 3 of these beats here, and assign them to the rotating arm. So currently they're assigned to the lower head, so give this a weighting of 0.5, assign, and then go to the upper arm left, assign this as well. So then we have this weighting here. And as you can see, the mesh is consists of several islands, 42 I think all in all. And with regular mirroring, there's always the issue that it only works with one island and not multiple islands. And so if I'm trying to mirror the weights across, it will fail for multiple shells. So I'm going to the front view, edit mode, X-ray, select have the mesh, and you can see the mesh has topological symmetry, but has no positional symmetry. And then go into weight paint mode, enable the selection, weights, and mirror. And as you can see, the beats won't mirror across. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. I'm still new to this rigging and scanning in Blender, so that's why I'm showing everything just to confirm that I'm not missing anything here. Okay, go back to object mode, change my view. In the mesh properties panel, there's this new photo symmetry map. We have a complete mapping. I'm gonna get to this in a minute. And then we have the option down here, mirror weights, positive to negative or negative to positive, whichever you prefer. And just say mirror weights, and it mirrors weights across because everything has been mapped. And since the symmetry mapping is in place, we can also utilize it for the smooth weights brush. So we have a new option here, use symmetry. So for example, let's first flood the one beat here. So go back to the, which one is it? This one, select this one, go to use selection, use volume, increase the radius 0.3, something like this, and then use symmetry, flood the entire thing, and you can see that both sides move the same way. So flood again, so it works like this, and also use volume off, use selection off, use symmetry, we leave on, go to the brush and adjust my brush size, smooth, and it smooths both sides the exact same way. So you can either use the symmetry while painting. There's no performance catch right here because it doesn't have to look really for mirrored vertices because it's just referring to the map, or you can do it afterwards by just mirroring weights. So leave the tool. And so how does this symmetry mapping work? Like I said before, it's right now the mapping is complete because I mapped it in advance. But of course, usually you'd start with no mapping on a fresh mesh. So delete map. You can see here we have no mapping, and mapping is happening basically automatically. So you just have your mesh active, create map, and then you have a mapping. It tries to find as much as possible, and there was a message down here. It says it found 21 islands out of 42, so half. We can select mapped, select the components of the vertices which have been mapped. And adding the rest is pretty easy. You go to edge mode, and we can start with a little thread here. So select the center edge. Everything is basically center edge oriented. So select the center edge, add to map. This one down here, it has no center edge, but we just select two identical edges to either side of the mesh. Add to map, then these two of the thread here, add to map. And I think the second bead up here, it hasn't been mapped as well, so select these, add to map, check everything. So this is mapped and this is still unmapped. And everything is stored on a custom property of the mesh, which can then of course be accessed via Python for additional tools. Right now it's just for mirroring the weights, but it can be used or utilized for just about everything. So yeah, that's the symmetry mapping, and that's about it. Cheers.